With your help, we'll see what happens.
All right, everybody, we're going to get started on our second half. Second half gets rid of the worst part of this, me, and you get Cole and Company for the rest part, the entertaining part. So without further ado, give it up for Cole and Company.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just this old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind, on my mind. Georgia, Georgia, just this song of you comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. Thank you so much, everybody, for having us. We appreciate it. Other arms reaching out to you, and other eyes are smiling tenderly, but still in peaceful dreams I can see that the right just leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, there's no peace I can find, but just an old sweet song in Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Thank you so much. That couldn't have been that good, but I do want to say that, believe me, when I walked in, I had to pass that table with all that good food on it. I saw that. I knew what was back there. And I'm like my mom, she said, know yourself, Colonel. You have to know you. I said, yes, ma'am. And if I would have went back there and took that break with all of you, I'd still be back there. That's all I can tell you. It would have taken Mr. Steve to get me back here. Okay, Carl, now, come on. Now, you need to finish this thing. Oh, man, I got to eat just one more of these things. But I am so thankful to be here. I want to thank Mr. Steve Jones, who really threw some lighter fluid on me. I just love to have fun. I've been doing it all my life. That's all I've known. And the joy of my life was to be able to have such a great family with Diana, who's such a fine vocal artist. She's an excellent musician. She actually can play too, but she doesn't like to say she can play. She can play. And my son Andrew, I think, is one of the finest musicians in the world. He's actually a drummer, and he picked up the bass. On a good day when nobody's looking, he can play the keyboard, he can sing, but if you ask him to do it, he won't do it. And we did, I told Andrew, I said, look, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, buddy, but we had to do an arrangement of the Christmas song, Mel Torme, Chestnuts. And so I said, you're going to sing it. And he didn't want to do it, but he didn't disrespect me. But what he did is that he did his part like at 3 in the morning. So when we woke up the next day, here it is. I said, oh, okay, I get it. They're just gorgeous, you know. It's like, why can't you sing a public, man? But I'm very thankful for Diana and Andrew being with me tonight. And I just want to say that Mr. Steve Jones has just done a fantastic job with this presentation. And I have to tell you personally, I've taught gospel choirs on a university level, but he really needs to take this to colleges. He really does. Because they don't know a lot of that theory. And Mr. D knows, you know, they don't really just always just talk about it. And when you have people that don't know the roots and don't know where stuff came from, I think that that is something that we have to do something about. So, Mr. Steve, my hat's off to you, my hair's off to you, and everything. tired of dealing with me, okay?
I won't.
All right, well, you all know that was Ray Charles, Georgia on My Mind. That was just one of those songs that when you hear it, it's like, oh! And you just love those pieces. But I will tell you a song that just grabbed me. I was quite young when I heard it. And at first I thought the gentleman who recorded it was black. I mean, I really did. And then later my mom said, that's Elvis Presley. And then I saw a story on his life, and he said he would sit outside the black church and dance and everything. So some of you might have known that, but he was very influenced by our culture. But this is a song that I hope that you'll enjoy. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? For I just can't help falling in love with you. And like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes that some things they're just meant to be. So take my hand and take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Surely to the sea, darling, so it goes that some things they're just meant to be. So take my hand and take my whole life too. I just can't help falling in love with you. Oh, I just can't help falling in love with you. Oh, I can't help falling in love with you. My 60-year-old vocal cords, and the doctor told me a few years back when I was in the hospital a month, didn't know if I was coming out, but they said one thing's for sure, you're not going to talk again, you're not going to sing again. And I said, well, if I'm alive, that's impossible, because I'm going to try. And I want you to know that I thought about that a few minutes ago, Mr. Steve, if I was going to try to hit that octave up. And I wasn't quite sure, and then I saw Mr. D, and it's like, yeah, I probably better at least try to hit it, so we'll see what happens. And then I saw all of you, and I said, well, shoot, I'm going to hit it. So I did what I could. And with God's help, I was able to hit that high G. Well, thank you. I was inspired by Elvis. A set of brothers who always inspired me. I loved all of their music because I did a lot of Fats Waller, and I was asked to do New American Theater's 30th season. Their closing show was Ain't Misbehavin', and I was asked to be Fats Waller. So the first thing I did was play the piano and did a little singing, and so then they said, well, Carl, will you be the music director for the whole show? And I said, well, I don't know how to read all that music and everything. So we had like 40 songs that we had to do. I knew about 15 just because I love Fats Waller, so I knew a lot of music. So we got the CD of Ain't Misbehavin', and my son Andrew, who actually played the drums for that, he learned all 40 songs in one night. He said, oh yeah, that's great stuff. I said, what do you mean that's great stuff? I have all the songs. I said, you gotta be kidding me, what? I'd never practiced that much in my life. But I learned about the brothers, George and Ira Gershwin. And I said, man, that is so cool. So I started doing this stuff, and then Diana said, oh man, I gotta do some of that stuff. So Diana's gonna do a couple of Gershwin pieces for you. One of them being Our Love Is Here to Stay, which originally the title was Here to Stay. And it's just one of Diana's signature pieces, and I love playing it for her. And then, because a few of the days in the last week or so were in the 90s, she's going to do a little bit of Summertime, okay? So don't tell anybody, it's not summer yet! But, okay, well, we'll see what happens. So here's Diana, the fabulous Diana Cole, with Our Love Is Here to Stay, and then Summertime from Porgy and Bess.
It's very clear our love is here to stay, not for a year, but forever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, but in time may go. But oh, my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're going a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble. They're only made of clay, but our love is here to stay. It's very clear our love is here to stay, not for a year, but forever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, but in time may go. My dear, our love is here to stay. Together we go a long, long music is easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is so high. Your daddy's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings and you'll take to the sky. But till that morning, there ain't nothing can harm you. With daddy and mama standing by. Summertime and the ladies easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is so high. Your daddy's rich, and your mama, she's so very good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, you don't have to cry. So hush, little baby, you don't have to
Look at me, I'm as helpless as a kitten of a tree. I feel like clinging from a cloud, and I can't understand that I get misty just holding your hand. Hey, and walk my way, and 1,000 violins they begin to play. Or is it just the sound of your hello? This music that I hear, I get misty the moment that you're near. And you could say that you're leading me on, but that's just what I want you to do. Can't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. And on my own, tell me, should I wander through this wonderland alone? I don't know my right foot from my left, or my hat from my glove. I'm too misty, too much in love. Take that bridge, Andrew. Some of that was against the law. I really apologize, and thanks for not calling 911, so I have to give them a 411. Mr. Andrew Cole, he's the man. Right in the middle of that song, I thought about a piece that makes me really excited. I love this tune. It's called Moon River, and you don't hear a lot of people do it, but when Diana does it, I'm glad not many other people do it. Here's Diana Cole with the fabulous Moon River.
We're
give a little, take a little. Let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
To laugh a little, cry a little, until the clouds roll by a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love.
Oh, as long as there's the two of us, we got the world and all of its charms.
And when the world is through with us, we got each other's arms.
You got to
win a little and lose a little,
and sometimes
have the blues a little. That's the story of that. That's the glory of love.
As long as there's the two of us, we got the world and all its charm.
And when the world is through with us, we got each other's arms.
We got to win
a little and lose a little,
and sometimes
have the blues a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of, that's the story of, that's the glory of, that's the story of, that's the glory of love. That's the glory of
Well, I wasn't sure about this, and then Mr. Steve's, I don't know, I could just hear his voice and say, just go ahead and do it, Carl, just go ahead and do it, you do it. So, we're gonna do an arrangement of Blessed Assurance that is bluesy and jazzy, is that okay? So that's kind of, inspiration from Mr. Steve's presentation. So here's a little bit of, Diana Fitzgerald with Blessed Assurance.
Blessed assurance, Jesus is mine. Savior, praising my Savior, praising my Savior all the day long. Oh yeah.
Well, my friends, this is the end of the road for us. Wanted to see if you had any request, and I'll try to do it, and then you can kick me out, okay?
Who's got a request? A favorite song that you got to hear? Don't be shy.
I love you more today than yesterday. How's that one sound?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
That was recorded in the 70s by,
Spiral Staircase.
yeah. And do you know who else did it? A version of it, I think, is Natalie Cole. But it's really quite a tune. I don't really have all the words to it, but I think I can play the doggone song. I think I can play it. I think I can. My sister Linda, my eldest sibling, who was a jazz singer in Florida, but she did that song. They were all rehearsing. I was just kind of sitting there because I was the youngest, and you know, I wasn't supposed to be able to be in clubs and all that kind of stuff. And so she was hitting it and everything, and she said, I wish I could just stand up and just sing this thing. And to my brother Steve, he said, well, Carl can play it. And I'm like, But I had heard it a million times, and I said it on all the rehearsals, so I tried to fool around with it, and I messed around with it. This is what I did. That's the encore.
That's the encore.
Oh, my stars. Wow.
That was great. That was.
Thank you so much.
We truly enjoyed it.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. We'll have to have you back.
Thank you, of course. I would love it. Love this facility. I would love it.
We could put it in between our tour.
Oh,
We could, while we're touring.
of course. Of course. Everybody, thank you so much for your support of the Yes Club. That's my life.
Thank you for your donations to the
Got it.
Club and the pleasure. We appreciate it.
We got to go.
We'll see you hopefully next week.
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. I know you know, Mr. Lee. And when it's cold outside, I got the month of May. You ought to give Mr. Daniel Austin a microphone. Oh, yes, you say what can make me feel this way. Well, it's my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl. That's the Temptations Motown. I got so much honey that the bees envy me. I got sweeter song, yes I do, than the bird is in the tree. Hey, I guess you say what can make me feel this way. It's my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl, my girl. There's more to it, but we'll just finish it right here. My girl, talking about my girl, my girl, my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about. You know you must be good if they get out there and dance in the middle of the church. It's my girl, my girl, my girl, talking about my girl, my girl. And Mr. Danielowski. Trees green. Everybody, my friend, Mr. Dan Danielowski, with a wonderful tune that is recorded by Mr. Louis Armstrong. You all know it. I couldn't live without this, my friend. I couldn't live without it.
I see trees of green, clouds of white, bright blessed days in the dark, sacred night, and I say to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I say to myself, what a wonderful world.
It's Dan Danielowski, folks.
The rainbows are so pretty in the sky. They're also in the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're only saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn so much more than we'll ever know. And I sing to
All right, Mrs.
Let the voice go.
Here's some boogie woogie for y'all. Thank you, everybody. The fabulous Diana Cole. Mr. Andrew Cole. I'm Mr. C. just doing me.
All right. See you next time. We gotta get church ready for blood drive tomorrow.